right after I graduated from college and realized that I wasn't going to be able to go on to grad school for art therapy like I had planned, I decided to design my own personal webpage to reach out to people with gastroparesis and to explain gastroparesis on a level that most people would understand rather than a lot of the medical literature that was out there. And I also created it as a way to cope myself with what I'm dealing with. And I was getting so many contacts through my website, like 20 emails a day, sometimes more, from people with gastroparesis, and I was getting to the point where I wasn't able to respond to everybody, which made me feel bad. So a few months later, I decided to start this support group online, and it's like a listserv, so people send out emails and everybody can respond to them. And I was expecting to get about 50 to 75 people, and I never expected it to get up to, it's almost 800 people by now. And then from my contacts with all of those people, I realized that there was a need for an organization for gastroparesis because there wasn't anything out there for it at all. And so I presented the idea, and I had interest, and I gathered a group of people who were really interested in going after this. And so that's how we started initial talks in March 2001, and we were officially founded on August 23rd, 2001, after a few months of planning and organizing everything.
I think she did it more for her own pleasure initially, and it was just amazing to see how that developed from being a personal website to being a source of contact with other people that had gastroparesis. And then to see the email group, the listserv, grow to what now has over 700 people has just been amazing. And this is contact with people, all over the world, Australia and Germany and England, as well as nationwide. And I think she went into it maybe needing the support herself. And once she made contact with people, she was not the only one needing support, but they were needing each other. And so it's just been amazing to see how that's come together.
Well, Carissa has been the moving force behind the establishment of this website called G-PACT. And in that, she has found hundreds of other people with her problem. People who didn't know others really had this problem. And so on the one hand, it's a online support group where people can tell their stories, what their experiences have been, share information. But on the other hand, this site also has very accurate medical information. Carissa has done an outstanding job in being conservative and not putting everything that could possibly happen, on this site. There is solid medical information there as well. So I think it's a unique site. It's an incredible undertaking. And when you consider how she feels most days, then it makes it most incredible.
When my son Nicholas developed gastroparesis 2 weeks prior to his first birthday, I was devastated. Through research, I came into contact with Carissa and the support group she had formed. G-PACT has totally changed my outlook. I no longer see this disease as something no one will ever understand. G-PACT is getting the word out and telling the stories of patients with gastroparesis. We all look forward to bringing hope to others that suffer, and I think that's what drives us to work so hard. Carissa is an inspiration, and as a co-founder and friend, I am truly honored to work alongside her. Veronica Pennington, Bellefontaine, Ohio.
When I was diagnosed with gastroparesis, I had never heard of it and knew nothing about it. Unfortunately, neither did my doctor. After doing some research on the web, I found G-PACT. If not for this support group, I might never have learned the tools that helped me to manage this disease and its impact on my life. I am personally more grateful than words can express for the kindness, intelligence, and outstanding compassion that I have received from this wonderful group of people. Joe Fick, Rochester Hills, Michigan.
Knowing my needs, God directed me to this site and gave me others who suffer along with me. It isn't just information. It's a chance to live again with encouragement and to feel needed as we share our symptoms and treatments. My heart goes out to Carissa. She's accomplished so much in so little time with encouragement and love for others. While battling her own illness, God is using her for His glory. What an inspiration for all and a wonderful testimony for others. Cindy Porter, Virginia Beach, Virginia.
I think the way that she's dealt with it has been a very positive thing, to see the heroic nature in which she's tackled her situation, and she's made something out of it. And it's been very rewarding to see her take what could be a major life setback, and she's turned it into an opportunity.
We just moved back a few months ago to the area, and I'm so glad to be back because I get to spend more time with Carissa, and it encourages me to see her being active with my kids and playing with them and wanting to come and get us and take us out in her Jeep, and we go over to Messiah and play in the creek, and I love to watch her play with my kids, and I want them to get to know their Aunt Carissa, and I enjoy that because it's something you don't get over the phone and through email, that activity.
She's never given up, even when she's wanted to give up. And she's had every right to give up. And everyone else that I know would have given up. Carissa's kept fighting. And whether it's been her own physical fight or her fight for other people to find out more ways to be able to help people who are going through the same thing she is, she's never given up. There are days that she can't hardly get out of bed in the morning. But even on those days, I know that she's determined that this isn't going to be forever. And I can't say that I've always felt that way, because it's truly been something that's been going on for so long that it's easy to say, this is never going to change. This is always going to be the way it is. And I don't know that I've ever heard Carissa say those words. And to have gone through as much as she has, and to continually hear from her the new steps that she's taking to fight this horrible disease is something stronger than I think would be in most people, and something that I couldn't admire more.
So beneath her rather quiet demeanor is a very strong-willed, very dedicated person to getting on with her life and making a contribution. And so this G-PACT effort is very, very impressive when you consider the energy it takes to organize such a site, interact with people, and still manage these symptoms that she has every day. So she's one of those heroes that we read about, but she happens to be a young woman and a Messiah graduate who is honored today, and she deserves every bit of it.